Once again, for seasoned ministers, they have an opportunity to really pour themselves into future preachers and other ministers in a way maybe that they haven't been able to in the past. And so that we feel is really good. All right, before we wind down, I just want to point out a few other advantages of Midwest, and then then we want to close by sharing some ways that you can be involved with Midwest ministry training. But some advantages of Midwest, some things that we value. First of all, we value this would be first and foremost sound Bible and theology teaching, and so our students are going to get that. We value just being ready for ministry. So, Josh, one of your phrases early on as we talked about all this, ready for ministry from day one. And you mean by that what?
Well, what we're shooting for with our graduates is that they are not coming to you as novices. They are coming to you as men and women who have already done the work and they are already comfortable doing it. And so when you say, hey, we need to go do this, we need to go do that, they've already done it many times. We really want to get out of the habit of sending out young men, which is the way I felt at the time, who had learned a lot but hadn't really done any of it. And that creates a massive skills gap. And it can sometimes cause an unfortunate conflict early on in someone's ministry that just doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, that can happen. And we hope we help students head off some of the mistakes that they would make. And that's not to say that students aren't going to make mistakes. We all make mistakes, but we hope that we'll help them head off some of those, or maybe a lot of those. Another advantage from Midwest, you learn from highly qualified, experienced teachers and mentors. So that's important to us. We didn't really specifically point to explain this well. We've referred to it, but there's an available multi-church experience. And what we mean by that is a student can go to one training church with us for like 1 year with Midwest, take classes and maybe complete 500 hours of the apprenticeship at one church. Then, if the student's movable, especially, go to a second training church and do another 500 hours of apprenticeship there, continue to take the online classes, then go to a third training church and do another 500 hours there and continue to take classes. So all of a sudden, a student has the potential to have two or three different church contexts under two or three different ministers who we all do things a little bit differently, and has a network that is built that helps them right out the gates as they're ready to step into a church of their own. Might mention Midwest is a flexible program, and by that we mean it's flexible in terms of pace. So it takes a minimum of 2 years to complete the Midwest ministry training model, and that's if you're really hitting it hard and that's really your primary focus for 2 years. But we expect a lot of students will take 3 years or even more than that. We are not as concerned with how fast students complete Midwest as we are that they get the knowledge that they need and the skills that they need. And so it's flexible that way. It's also flexible for one's place in life. So we have students that are married and with children and have family responsibilities. They can take classes and they can connect with a training church with Midwest, and it may take them longer because they have other responsibilities, but they can do that. We also have students that are right out of high school graduates, sort of replacing life, and Midwest is built and geared for them as well.
Last one would be students who are older or younger. And as well, we have a high school student. We actually have a couple at Midwest,
Mhm,
one here at Callio and then another one out of Shelbina.
mhm.
So for those who haven't graduated high school yet or aren't 18, we still allow you to go ahead and take a class and get started. And that's been awesome.